Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. On the mound for Detroit is Jack Morris, whose record is 4-1 with a 2.55 ERA. And pitching for the Yankees tonight is Ron Guidry, whose record is 2-2 with a 3.34 ERA. And yes, we lost our second game in a row and the first game of this three-game series. With the Yankees, we lost it 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth as Donnie Baseball walked off against Roger Weaver. Not one of our better performances. We had 11 hits and yet really couldn't string anything together. Hatcher made his third error in 2 games and took an offer. Rickey Henderson led off the game with a home run. He was our player of the game. But there was really no one to choose from. Everyone was just so mediocre that we gave it to Rickey with his bomb to start off the game. So we move on today to Game 2 of the 3-game series. We have Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry on the mound for the Yankees. He's a lefty. If you didn't notice on the title card, I did find a photograph of John Mayberry, the Tigers' John Mayberry, but in the Yankees uniform. For this 1982 season. He was on the Yankees, as we mentioned in yesterday's game. And there's the visual proof. Here we go. Let's take a look at the bullpen. Everyone is available today. There's Weaver. He suffered his second loss of the season in the walk-off loss yesterday. Jack Morris is on the mound. 162 plate appearances against him with today's lineup. And they're betting 238, so I feel pretty good about that. Morris is off to a great start. We're going to talk about him momentarily. And the lineup today against the lefty, we have our lineup versus lefties in there. I've decided to take Lou Whitaker out of the lineup today. He has not missed a game yet this year, so we're going to give him the day off. We're going to put Mark Wagner at second base. Not a traditional second baseman, but we'll give him the shot to start today and play second base. John Mayberry is in the game. And the rest of the lineup is normal with Gibby out because of the lefty and Glenn Wilson in right field. We just rotated Henderson to left, Dawson to center. At this point, if you've been watching long enough, you know the drill. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Tigers lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing left field today is Rickey Henderson. Batting second at first base is Greg Brock. Batting third at third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting cleanup and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth in center field today is Andre Dawson. Batting sixth and DHing is John Mayberry. Batting seventh at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting eighth in right field is Glenn Wilson. And batting ninth at second base today is Mark Wagner. Ron Guidry pitching for the Yankees today, making his 6th start. 2-2 on the year with that 3.34 ERA. 31 Ks in 32 innings. That is a great start to the season. Opponents only batting 197 against him. No complete games yet. As you can see, his complete games have really declined over the past 5 seasons. None so far in 1982. His fastball has dropped off a bit. He's only 31 years old, but his fastball is down to just under 90 miles an hour. He is an average ground ball pitcher right at 40%. His fastball is still his best pitch at a 97 rating. Mixes that slider, and that's really the out pitch at 87, and he's got a changeup, which he mixes in occasionally. So there is Ron. Oh, we faced him this year. Let's see, how did we do? Yeah, so he pitched 7 innings of shutout ball, but we won that game in the bottom of the ninth. That was game number 3 of the season at home, and so he had some really good success against us. We do not hit lefties well, and that will be a problem today against Ron Guidry. As you take a look at the defensive alignment for the Yankees, They've got a bunch of Gold Glovers in there today. They got Willie Randolph. They got Ron Hassey. They got Lee Mazzilli and Joe Lefebvre at third. So 4 Gold Glovers in the defensive alignment today. Here is Rickey Henderson leading off against Ron Guidry. And a little nubber by Henderson back to Guidry. And Guidry, a Gold Glove winner at one point in his career, multiple Gold Glove winners, throws it away. And Henderson is safe at first. I feel like they're begging me to steal, but again, Guidry's a lefty. 75% feels right, but we're going to hit and run. Nothing feels right anymore when it comes to Henderson. He is 6 out of 13, and now he is 7 out of 14. So I guess he's improving as we watch here. So Henderson on second base with the stolen base as Brock strikes out. It's going to bring up Mickey Hatcher batting .429 versus lefties, and he bloops it into left field. That's not going to get it done. Henderson holds. 2 down, runner on second, and Lance Parrish steps up and hits an infield single to third. So runners on the corners for Andre Dawson, who is struggling mightily. Dawson hits a ground ball back to Guidry. He's not going to make that mistake again as he tosses out Andre at first. So we leave 2 runners stranded. We go to the bottom of the first. Here is the lineup for the Yankees today. Batting the leadoff, playing second base, is Willie Randolph. Batting second in left field is Don Reynolds. Batting third at first base is Don Mattingly. Batting cleanup and DHing is Dennis Werth. Batting fifth and catching is Ron Hassey. Batting sixth in right field is Claudell Washington. Batting seventh at third base is Joe Lefebvre. Batting eighth in center field is Lee Mazzilli. And batting ninth at shortstop is Brian Doyle. Jack Morris, as we mentioned, 4-1, that .255 ERA, 21 Ks in 35 innings pitched, more walks than I'd like to see. So he got 14 already. Opponents are batting .209 against him. He's got 1 complete game, which was a shutout. That was against the Yankees in that 2-0 victory. Let's look at his log. You'll see here, 2-hit shutout to start the season. That was a fantastic game. He pitched another good game against Baltimore. He went 8 2/3, couldn't quite close it out. He had 139 pitches. I was trying my damnedest to get him the complete game, but he wasn't going to comply, and we didn't want to blow that one. So he finished with 7 Ks and had a really decent start. He's 4-1. I mean, that's about as good as you can expect. As we take a look at the Tigers' defensive alignment, you look here at second base, you'll see that Wagner defensively is a 77 rating at second base. That's the best we have to offer in our majors. So I didn't really want to have to play him there, but it's just for one game. Let's see how he does as Willie Randolph steps up and knocks it to right on a line, caught by Wilson. There's 1 down. Don Reynolds up next. He's 1 for 3 in his career against Jack as he pops it up to Brock onto the outfield grass. 2 down. Here is last night's hero, Don Mattingly. That base hit gave the Yankees the victory, and he walks. So runner on first for now, and the dilemma I was in last night, and now I really recognize my mistake. I should have walked. It was first and third. I should have walked Mattingly, filled the bases with 2 outs to get to the 153 hitter, Dennis Werth. That is what I should have done with Weaver in retrospect. But Weaver is the closer, and I just thought that he could close it out as a closer ought to do, but he was not able to do it. So we'll call that a manager's mistake. We go to the top of the second. Here's John Mayberry. He's leading off against Ron Guidry. He does have a home run against Guidry in his career. 3 for 14. Oops. There we go. And he slaps the base hit to left. We have ourselves maybe an everyday lefty. Again, between Mayberry and Reggie Jackson at DH, whoever the hot hand is who I'm going with. And Reggie did step up yesterday and pinch hit and got a hit in last night's game. But Mayberry was the starter yesterday, and he got a hit, and he walked. So we can't fault him for that. We kept him in there today, and Trammell has an infield single to second base. So first and second, nobody out. And Glenn Wilson is up. We need him to, I don't know what, I mean, we just got to have him swing away. Base hit up the middle. I don't think Mayberry's going to score. He doesn't. You don't run on Lee Mazzilli out there in center field, especially someone like Mayberry. But what we're going to do is we're going to try something here. We are going to do the safety squeeze with the bases loaded. Wagner, we don't trust him much. Let's see if Wags can drop a bunt down and maybe score Mayberry. Oh, he pops it up. Oh, you suck, Wagner. And now we're in trouble. I think when we make that type of mistake, they don't let us forget it. All right, so Rickey, let's hit a, well, I don't think a sac fly will get it done with a 64 at third. We have to count on Rickey to swing away, and a pass ball allows Mayberry to score. So he can't score from second, but he can score, he can go 90 feet on a pass ball. All right, well, I have the confidence now to let Rickey swing away. Fly ball to left. Is that deep enough to score Trammell? 80% against Reynolds, we say yes, and Trammell is safe. So, a sac fly for Henderson. It makes it 2-0. And here's Greg Brock, lefty on lefty. He pops it up into the vast foul ground at Yankee Stadium and caught by Lefebvre for the third out. So Tigers get a couple early runs. It's 2-0. Ron Hassey leads off, batting .341. 4 home runs, looking to repeat as the American League MVP. Pops it up and caught right at the second base bag by Wagner. Claudell Washington does a carbon copy almost as Wags makes the play. 2 down for Joe Lefebvre, 3 for 14 in his career against Morris. And he walks Lefebvre. What is going on? No strikeouts. 2 walks for Morris. And then a sub-80, a sub-average speed, and Lefebvre manages to steal second base for Lee Mazzilli. 1-1 count, and Mazzilli pops out to short left field as Rickey makes the play. So, no damage done there. We go to the top of the third with Hatcher, Parrish, and Dawson due up. Mickey in a mini slump. I think he's 0 for his last 6 now as he flies out to first, 1 down. Lance Parrish up next, takes a walk. First walk issued by Guidry. And now Andre Dawson. What do we do with this guy? How can you be a right-hander and only bat 167 versus lefties? We gave him that big free agent contract, and he is now batting 200. 202. 2 down now for John Mayberry. He had that hit first time up, and here he punches it right back at Guidry, and that'll be it. So we go to the bottom of the third. Brian Doyle leading off, number 9 hitter, batting .345 versus righties. Ground ball into the hole for Trammell, and Trammell scoops it up, makes the play easily, 1 down. Willie Randolph walks, 3 walks for Morris. I'm not really all that concerned. He hasn't. Well, I don't want to jinx it. I just might jinx it by thinking about it. Okay, there we go. Fly ball to left center field. I thought maybe that was going to be a little duck snort. 2 down for Don Mattingly. Mattingly batting .333 versus righties. Pops it up into foul ground, and Parrish makes the play. We're going to the top of the fourth. It's 2-0. Trammell, leading off the inning, sends a fly ball into right center field. One down. Next up is Glenn Wilson. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. A lot of ground balls to Guidry. Tigers are making weak contact despite having 4 hits. I think 2 of them were infield singles. And another ground ball back to the pitcher. So the 7, 8, 9 batters couldn't even get it to the outfield. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Here's Dennis Werth leading off for the Yankees. And another walk. Come on. This is ridiculous. Runner on first for Ron Hassey. And another walk. I would rather have him have given up 5 hits than give up 5 walks. This doesn't happen. But I guess this is what you call effectively wild, right? Finally, Morris gets it over the plate. Washington swings and pops it up. There's one down. We need a double play to get out of this. I think with our weakened defensive infield, we might not stand a chance. Joe Lefebvre strikes out. So Morris is one pitch out from getting out of this jam. Walked the 2 leadoff batters. Oh, there's a base hit, of course. Werth will score from second, and it's 2-1. And there goes the no-hitter. So 2 down, runners on first and second. Brian Doyle up next. He's a lefty batting .339 versus righties. Ground ball to Wagner, and Wagner makes the play. Tigers escape with the lead. It's 2-1. Heading into the top of the 5th. Rickey Henderson will lead off the inning. Ground ball to short, and Doyle makes the play. 1 down. Greg Brock up next. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And there's a base hit to left. So our lefties are doing okay today against Guidry. I'm going to say no, we don't need to go for 2. But now we have a guy that can hit and run against the left-handers. Ground ball to third. That's not going to get it done. As Brock will be safe at second since he was running on the plate. 2 down for Lance Parrish. Parrish is 2 for 10 with 2 walks against Guidry. And he grounds out to second base as Randolph makes the play. So we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Let's take a look at the in-game stats so far. Much like yesterday, it's very milquetoast. I mean, there's nobody here that I would say stands out as the player of the game. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Willie Randolph leading off against Jack Morris. Popping it up on the infield. And the first baseman, Brock, catches it. 1 down for Don Reynolds. Reynolds popping it up. Caught on the chalk by Parrish. And with 2 down, Don Mattingly steps up. And he walks 6 walks for Morris on 1 hit so far. I have no idea what the hell's going on with that. As Werth grounds out to third. The walks have really only hurt him just on that 1 run. He walked the first 2 batters of the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. Andre Dawson will lead off. We might have to give Dawson a day or 2 off as he weakly grounds out to Mattingly at first. John Mayberry up next. 1 for 2 on the day. Strikes out looking. Only the 2nd strikeout for Guidry. And then Trammell with 2 down. Jacks it finally! Trammell is off the schneid in game number 24. He's had 38 home runs in the last 2 seasons, our first 2 seasons of the Sim. And he finally gets his first of 1982. And then Glenn Wilson does what Glenn Wilson does, grounds out to the pitcher. All right, it's 3-1. on the home run by Trammell. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got a bunch of lefties due up. I mean, I've half the mind to take out Morris right now. But that's not what we do with Jack. Jack's got a 93 endurance. And he strikes out Hassey. So my faith prevails. Only his second strikeout. And then he comes back and walks Claudell. Claudell's got some speed. He's a 20-20 guy. 7 walks for Morris. Here's Joe Lefebvre. And the 8th walk. Okay, that's it. We can't do it anymore, right? I mean, that has got to be the limit. Just a crazy performance. I want to say it was terrible, but it just wasn't terrible. It was just kind of blah. We're going to bring in Tom Hume. Tommy, I'll take a look at him here real quick. He doesn't throw ground balls, so I'm not expecting a double play here. But he does do a good job of getting the batters to pop up. His fastball is rated an 80. That's his good pitch. That's the only pitch he's got that's good, though. So I'd like to see him get Mazzilli here. And then we might bring in the lefty. There we go. That's a high pop up to center field. That is incredibly deep. Almost 400 feet. And Washington does not tag. That is dumb. It doesn't make any sense. So good job by Hume. And now we're going to bring in Cappy to get Doyle. And let's see if we can get out of this inning with no damage. Popping it up. There we go. It's right on the chalk. Caught. And that'll do it. So there's the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 3-1 Detroit. And they're going to bring in Ron Davis, making only his 2nd appearance this year for the Yankees. And he got crushed. Gave up 5 hits and 2 walks in 1 2/3 innings. That was 3 runs worth. And, it's 1 appearance, so he's due to have a good comeback. Mark Wagner is the first Tiger to face Davis. 0 for 2 on the day. Botched that suicide squeeze, safety squeeze, as he flies out to right center field. 1 down. Next up is Rickey Henderson. Henderson base hit up the middle, and I'm telling you now, he's got the green light. So runner on first for Greg Brock. Green light. Oh, come on, Greg Brock. I guess he's got a swing. That was actually out of the strike zone. He's botching it for Henderson. Now we're just going to have him do a straight steal. Come on, Rickey. Do it for Johnny. Oh, come on. That's total bullshit. Unbelievable. The most prolific stealer of bags in the history of mankind. And he is now 7 for 15. All right. I'm done being angry. We're going to bring in Kerrigan. He's going to do some... Whoops. Let's undo that. I was going to say he's going to do some clubbing on the mound. There we go. There's Joey K. Oh, that's a good nickname. Joey K. Does have 11 Ks in 12 innings, but he does walk a lot too. We've seen enough walks for today. So let's go after him, Kerrigan. He's got Willie Randolph, Don Reynolds, Don Mattingly. Ground ball. Nice play by Wagner. Pretty hard hit. 1 down. Don Reynolds up next. Ground ball to Hatcher at third. Hatcher makes the play. Steady as she goes there for Hatcher after 3 errors. And then he strikes out Mattingly on a pitch that was a foot outside. Great job by Kerrigan. We go to the top of the 8th. It is 3-1 Detroit. Mickey Hatcher leading off. There we go. He gets the base hit. Now, actually, let's take a look. He had a 13-game hitting streak going on. I actually cannot remember if that is still active or no. The 0 for yesterday killed the hit streak. That's too bad. I should have commemorated that, but I forgot. Hatcher on first, nobody out. Lance Parrish up. Come on, big wheel. Oh, he takes a strike 3 looking. That was a close call. I'd be throwing my bat. Okay, we're going to hit and run with Dawson. I mean, we may as well. This guy's got nothing going for him. Strikes out. Oh, no, he just swings and misses. He can't even connect. But Hatcher gets a stolen base. His first on the season. Now we may as well just let Hatcher swing away. Oh, there we go. Wraps it up the middle for a base hit. Hatcher scores. Do we want to go for 2? No, we do not. So an RBI single for Dawson. Please let him get off the schneid. The only Tiger without a hit today is Wags. He'll get a shot. And then Mayberry strikes out swinging. Second K for Davis. And Trammell, who got his first home run, 2 for 3 on the day. Oh, and there we go, number 2. Consecutive at-bats for Trammell. And that ought to put the game away. 6-1 Detroit. Trammell ate his Wheaties today. And then Wilson flies out to right. Great job by Trammell. Give us a little bit of room to breathe. Kerrigan, we're going to let him face Dennis Werth, and then we're going to bring in the lefty. There we go. Good job by Kerrigan. Inducing a pop-up from Werth. Caught by Wags. That'll do it for Kerrigan. We're going to bring in Dave Rucker. No, we don't need to bring in Rucker, do we? We'll bring in Comstock. We're up 5 runs. We don't need to bring in the setup man. In fact, Comstock might close this game out if he does well. So Ron Hassey, leading off the inning, gets a base at the left. Why can't Comstock get lefties out? Is it just to piss me off? Is it? As Washington strikes out. Washington, you can hang an offer on him today. And then Joe Lefebvre watches a strike 1 go by, and Hassey, with a 68 speed, steals his first bag of the year. First bag in 2 seasons. That's dumb. Let's just face it. It's dumb. That's why. Because the base hit was coming no matter what. So runner on first with the RBI single from Lefebvre. Lee Mazzilli batting .500 versus lefties. Pops it up. Trammell makes the catch. We're going to the 9th. We're up 4 runs, and for some reason they're going to bring in Goose. That doesn't make sense. You got to have somebody in the bullpen that needs work other than your closer. He has no saves on this season. Maybe he's not their closer. I'll check and see who their closer is later. Let's go. Let's do this. Kurt Kaufman is their closer. He's got 6 saves. So there you go. Now you know. And again, another thing that just doesn't make sense. But we have Wags up to lead off the top of the 9th. He does not have a hit. He's the only Tiger. Let's see if he can get one here against Goose. There we go. That's a hit. That's a more than hit. It's off the wall. And he's got himself a double. Only 2 hits this season, and both are doubles from Wagner. 11 hits total for Detroit. Henderson goes down and gets it. Sends it to right field. Wagner will tag and go to third. Let's get that run back here, Brock. Just get it to the outfield like Henderson did. Oh, come on, Brock. That's his 2nd strikeout today. And it will leave it up to Hatcher. Ground ball to third. So we cannot score with the leadoff double. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 6-2 Detroit, and Comstock is going to stay in there. Brian Doyle leading off the inning, striking out. Comstock is very impressive. That's 14 Ks in 11 and 2/3 innings. And we're 2 outs away. We're going to let him try to get the righties out. He gets righties out pretty well, actually. Naturally, Randolph gets a hit. Only the 4th hit for the Yankees today. Don Reynolds up next. Strikes out. Great job, Kami. I mean, not like a communist Kami, but it's a nickname I just invented. And then Mattingly flies out. Tigers win 6-2. Thanks to Trammell, easily the player of the game today. We get back to our winning ways, and the Rangers are still offering us deals for Bryn Smith. And this is not one that I'm prepared to make in any way. Charlie Huff, too much money, and Mike Hart we don't need. So no thank you. Take a look at the standings. Detroit gets that game back on the Yankees. So they're 1.5 games up. Our team's stolen base percentage is 50%, which is pathetic, but we are the only team in the American League with our ERA under 3. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the transactions. Tom Brookins, we already said that before. And then the Giants lose 2 pitchers. Frank Williams for 2 weeks for a stress fracture. He is in their bullpen. And Chuck Hensley, who is a Double-A pitcher. So no big deal there. Okay, we're going to pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with Game 3 of the 3-game series. Like it or subscribe, by the way. And take a look at our playlists if you want to check out some other Brainiac baseball content. Trammell with the 2 dongs. He had a double dong. 3 hits, 3 ribbies. That is maybe one of the better performances this season. Morris, despite giving up 8 walks on 1 hit, gets the win. He goes to 5-1. And the bullpen nails it down. Good job. Even Comstock, he had 3 strikeouts in 1 2/3 innings. Guidry takes a loss, pitched well enough to get the win. He is now 2-3 on the season. So that's it. We'll be back tomorrow, Game 3 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.